Hi, it is the human operating system time. So since the last video I present on Buddhism and the momentum, I got more questions coming in asking me about the Zen practice and how is it related to the Wing Chun 1850s or ancient Shaolin martial art and so forth. So today I like to share with you a big picture with some key details so you can understand what is going on. Okay. Now we need to understand one thing. Educations. The goal of educations is to make it so that every ordinary people like us be able to understand a subject clearly. Okay, it's not about something advanced, something high, or something mysterious. The goal of educations is to make things simple, straightforward, and clear so that ordinary people like us be able to understand, be able to practice, and be able to achieve what we want to achieve. So that is not like something deep where you can have only those grandmaster or talented person or the genius be able to understand. Okay. The purpose of education is that way, and that's why I presenting to you with today's language and try to make it as simple as possible so everybody can understand and everybody can know the what, why, how, so then everybody can benefit from the educations. Okay. Now, the first thing I like to share with you today is on Zen. Because many Wing Chun friends say, because Wing Chun is from Shaolin, and Shaolin is famous on this Bodhidharma, is Zen. So what is Zen practice and how to get mindful, mind power, and enlightenment, liberations, those kind of stuff. So I like to share with you in a really simple and a basic way. Of course things can get really deep, but as I just mentioned, education is for everybody, so everybody know what is going on. Okay, have a proper directions. Those mindful enlightenment, liberations, those are a product, a result. Okay, and one need to know what leads to the to the mindful, to the enlightenment. Okay, to the liberations. It is not true that you just go sitting down there, or you just reading Zen book, or you just recite the sutta, that one be able to get enlightenment and sudden enlightenment. That's not true. Real Zen practitioner, like in the last time we talked about the two attachment, okay, the 我执 and this 法执. Okay, the attachment. Okay, the attachment to self. This is the self attachment. This is the Dharma. It's two attachment. This two attachment is blocking oneself from seeing the reality, or blocking oneself from liberations. And then there are two today I want to share with you. okay, which is so this is in Mandarin is called 见货 and then 失货, okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. 见货is the view confusion, confusion. 失货 is the thought confusion, okay. So the first one here is the self attachment. The second is the Dharma, or you can call it like the teaching of the Buddhas, or the technology, the confusion, or the method. Okay, method. The third one is the view confusions, and the fourth one is the thought confusions. So if one wants to be enlightened, okay, enlightened or liberate, one need to cultivate on this four, cultivate on liberate or avoiding this four, or dropping, okay, dropping this four from our daily life or daily living, okay. So like now let's review. The self attachment is like if I know something is improper, I just argue the hell of it so that it become proper because of my selfishness. That is called self-attachment. I attach to myself. Okay, so I want to argue whatever is improper as proper. Okay. 法执, okay, or Dharma or method attachment is, yes, this is a proper method, a proper things, but I push it so hard that I want everybody to go with it. Even though it is good for everybody, that is the Dharma or method attachment. Okay, so this is attachment. This attachment actually block oneself or make a hindrance on oneself to see the reality, to be mindful, or to be liberate, okay, or to be enlightened. Now, so this view confusion in today's language, this confusion is what is confusion. In today's language, this you just substitute the confusions as a trap. Okay, trap you. Okay, trapping you somewhere. Trap. So this is a view confusions or view trap, and then this is the thought confusion. Actually, is a thought trap. Okay. So what is a view confusion or a view trap? In today's language, this is called subjective. When we talk about something, we're being really subjective of it. It's not objective. We're being really subjective. Okay? This is my point of view. This is a very subjective. That is the view trap. So what is the thought trap? The thought trap is greed, hatred, ignorance. That is the thought trap. So how is this it is a thought trap, say for the greed? Well, it's very simple, right? Because what I focus is my title as a grandmaster. I will not like to see what is the effects. Okay, that is the grid of the title. You can see we always we always do this type of stuff in our life. Another thing is hatred. Just because we hate somebody, we just make them wrong, even they speak the truth. So that is the thought trap. Okay, so if you sum up this four, so the first is the self attachment. The second is the method attachment. Okay, so this is a couple. And then the third, which is the view trap. The fourth, which is the thinking trap. Okay, and this is a couple. So in Chinese, this is 我执法执. Okay, it's always called 我法二执. Okay, this one is 见思惑. So this is a couple here. This is a couple here. If one is avoiding or give up this thing and just drop or rest all this thing, then one be able to see clearly. So if we are not self-centered, attached to ourselves, just to argue because of my way out, my way, our way, then we can see things clearly. If we do not insist everybody in the world has to go our way, our method, because this method is proper, then we can see there are many proper methods. If we are objective, not subjective, we can see things clearly as it is. If we do not get influenced by the hatred, greed, and ignorance, we can see things clearly. So if you want to practice Zen, okay, instead of going all this philosophy, the real cultivator of Zen is at 24/7, 365. What they do? They are screening themselves. As soon as they get close to this four, they drop it. So that's where the mindfulness come in. Okay, it's nothing mysterious or something which is magical or something nobody can tell you anything about. No, it's not that. Enlightenment means if you drop this thing right away, you see things clearly. Okay. So you know, this is how the awareness expand. Because when you drop this four, your awareness will expand. Okay, the more you drop it, the more it expands. That's what enlightenment means. Enlightenment is not going to a certain woo-woo state or a certain type of who know what state. Only Grandmaster knows state. There's no such thing like that. It's dropping this. Okay? So the Zen master, the real Zen master, he's helping the student to watch out for this thing. Okay, so if you want the enlightenment, you want to be have mindful, take away this, then you're mindful. It's not I sitting down there, I counting my breathing, or I have that my intention, mind power, I focus on this thing. Well, that's not mindful. This is mindful if you drop this. Okay, so I hope that this is clear. So why is this important? Why is this important? Because with this type of thinking, okay, training, one is really open-minded, right? When one is not stuck with the cell attachment, not stuck with the method attachment, not get into the view trap and not get into the thinking trap, one is really open, you know, really open. You can see everything as it, right? So if we apply this, if we have this type of the Zen way of practice into, say, our Wing Chun, right? Then it will be like this. It will be like this, right? Or your platform, you know, your platform, you have momentum, you have the mechanics, and you have the body conditioning, right? And then in momentum, there are 4 momentum zones, and then there are 5 momentum play. Like last time I shared with you guys, you know, how you can play soft, control the heart, those kind of stuff. Okay. Now, and the body conditioning, there is union with natural. Okay. So this is Wing Chun. Okay. In fact, all traditional Chinese martial arts is within this platform. So if one is very Zen, like getting away all those 4 issue or 4 trap there, or the 2 attachment and two traps, then when one discuss on Wing Chun, one go to here, discuss in details. Okay. Then, you know, this is a huge field here. You can look at somebody doing their Wing Chun and you say, okay, man, this is good. He's good. He's, say, for example, his one way of play the momentum is good. He play in this momentum zone is good. Okay. And his body mechanics, well, there might be some issue there, right? The discussion will be like that. And then you'll have a solution, because you can see what's the issue, what's the solution, and this open-minded. Instead of, this is shitty, this is no structure, my lineage is better, my grandmaster say this, I belong to this last name, thus I know Wing Chun better than you. I inherit more Wing Chun than you. Okay? I can beat you. You don't talk about that way. If you really Zen, because you just drop the cell attachment, the method attachment, the subjective trap, and the thinking track, you don't talk that way anymore. You just go for him. And it's constructive and it's always positive. You say, well, you know, this guy is good. I praise him because he's doing this good thing. Okay, these details, technically. Or this thing is not as good, so this can be improved. Really specific, accurate, technical details. Instead of saying, this is shitty. Well, why is shitty? You say, well, say if I say this thing is shitty, If I cannot define clearly why is it city, you know exactly that's what. That is self-attachment. And that is the view trap. You trap that. Okay? So why is it Zen? The proper Zen practice get one to be real open-minded, real mindful, be able to examine oneself, and thus be able to be expert in here. Instead of I can beat you. Shut up. Talk with hand. You don't do those kind of stuff. Okay? So since our Wing Chun friend asked me about Zen, you know, Shaolin, Wing Chun is from Shaolin. Shaolin is practicing Zen. This is what they practice. That's why the real master, the Zen master, the real Shaolin is this way. It is not the way of I can beat you, you know, my last name, my lineage. Okay? So, and if you look at that, to drop away that four issue in two self-attachment and the method attachment, and then the what do you call it, the view trap, and then the thinking trap, that's actually really fit to today's advanced high-tech and scientific community of today's living. Don't we want that? Don't all the education is going toward that? So Zen is not a religion or a myth or philosophy. It's not. It's a way of living to straighten out so that one be able to open this heart, open the mind, see exactly what the heck's solving it, and drop it. Because once if you solve it, you drop it, right? If you don't drop it, even you are right, you will fall into the trap of what? The method or Dharma attachment. So that is how powerful the Zen is. There is a real mindful, okay? Those are real mind power. The Zen is not about locking up in the state, okay? And it's not about who is the grandmaster. So if you read the Zen story, right, you can see that that they're saying that if Buddha come, you just kill the Buddha. The Zen master will say that, right? That's how open it is. It's not about, hey, I'm the grandmaster, listen to me, okay? Because Hendrik is the grandmaster. No such thing, okay? So that's Zen. Now, I like to share with you this, okay? Inherit from Zen, from Buddhism, to our Kung Fu, okay? Kung Fu. There is definition for that, okay? Say for example, you practice the Zen, right? You drop that four thing we just talked about. There have three things to be monitored, or because if you look at these three things, you can know which level you are. The first thing is Jing. Okay. The second is Xing. The third thing is Guo. So this Jing, what does this Jing mean? Jing means state. Okay? Meaning that if you are laughing, you will be in the state of happy. Okay? Seeing is action. Well, you laugh, right? You laugh. You take the action of laughing. Guo is the result. Okay, so in other words that if I practice smiling, I will get into the state of smiling, and I will get the result of smiling. Okay, and if I can do it really quickly, that means my level of being able to arrive to this state, to get result is very fast, and that is the Kung Fu. The Kung Fu of smiling is deep. Okay. So that is how it needs to be. It's like, for example, like in the previous video, I'm talking about this the first writing of 1850 Shilling Tao Quid, right? It said what? Collect your intention to union with your Shen or spirit in the equal shoulder stand. Right? It said that collect your intention to union with your Shen or your spirit in the equal shoulder stand. Well, if you know the process, after you understand this this line, you do the action, you take the action, okay, which is the seeing, okay, you will get into the state of union with the natural, and that is the result. Okay, so that is how one develop Kung Fu. At every line of the Shilling Tao Quid, one need to have these three. You do something, you get into the state, you get the result, and you can keeping doing it, getting fluent more and more better, and your Kung Fu get deeper and deeper. That's how it is. Okay. So if we want to talk about Kung Fu, that's how it is. Okay. And that bring out another thing which is called transmissions, right? Okay. So transmission is this. Okay, so transmission, meaning that this technology passing to another generations or another people, that's transmission. Like, for example, the technology of producing this marker. You pass it to the other people. Okay, now transmissions is a transmissions of technology. Okay, remember just now we talk about the state, the action, and the result. Transmission is transmit that thing. Okay, so for example, we talk about the first writing of the 1850 Shilling Tao. Collect your intentions, union with the spirit in the equal shoulder stand. Okay, so you clearly get whoever study that to be able to know how to act, how to do it, get to the state, recognize that state, get the result. That is called a transmissions of that first line of writing. Okay? That is a transmission from a Sifu to a student. Okay? Now, transmissions is not about I am such grandmaster student. I am such grandmaster student. It's like my Zen Sifu teacher is Zen Patriarch Xuan Hua. Okay. Now, Zen Patriarch Xuan Hua is the student of the Zen Patriarch Xu Yun. Okay. So they have the transmissions. Okay, but if you just look at it by name, okay, or Xu Yun, Zen Patriarch Xu Yun teaching Zen Patriarch Xuan Hua, and Zen Patriarch Xuan Hua teaching Hendrik Santo. Well, that is just a relationship. It says nothing about transmission. That relationship completely say nothing about what I learned from Zen Patriarch Xuan Hua. I might be an enlightenment guy in Zen, or I might be knowing nothing at all. Okay? So you need to be clear. If one have the transmission, one need to be able to handle this. The actions, the states, and the result. So in other words, that if you say you have the transmissions of making this marker, that means you know every step process, and you'll be able to get result for producing this marker. Just because I'm maybe the son of the owner of this marker company, it doesn't mean that I got that technology. So let's get that clear, okay? So you need to know that in lineage. So what is a lineage? Like in the Zen and so forth. Every lineage is have a unique way of doing things. Lineage is not because I am a student of Zen Patriarch Xuan Hua, I have Hendrik Zen. Forget about it. That is not. I can have a Hendrik Zen only, the Hendrik Zen lineage only, if I have a unique way of teaching Zen, state, act, and result. Otherwise, there is no such thing as lineage. Okay? So get that really clear. So, this thing, when people say authentic teaching, it has to come with the state, the actions, and the result. If one not be able to present that, he doesn't have a transmission. Because you'll not be able to handle the technology, you'll not be able to teach other people because you yourself don't know what it is. Okay? So that's how the ancient do it. And also, there is a concept which people follow is依法不依人. It means follow the teaching or the Dharma, not following the people, the person. So in other words, that again using the example of I'm the student of Zen Patriarch Xuan Hua. You follow, when you want to study Zen, you follow the Dharma of the Buddha Dharma. You don't follow the people's relationship. Like, oh, I'm very close to my teacher. Or I'm the what? Teacher's pet. Or I say so. Well, if you say I say so, then you fall into the trap of the what? Of the self-attachment again, right? So 依法不依人 is you follow the teaching of the body dharma. You don't follow the teaching of, you say, well, I'm this patriarch of the Zen. Or, no. If you look at the teaching of Zen patriarch Xuan Hua and or my grand Sifu Xu Yun, it's always refer to the sutta. You'll never say, well, I said so. No. You refer to the sutta. And that's why in the 1850s, Xu Yun Hao Kid, I always tell everybody, follow that writing. Don't follow me. Okay? Because that writing is what it is Wing Chun about. I am not. Okay? So that is 依法不依人. That's how in the Buddhism, and that's how if you have a proper strict teaching, that's how it is. But then we want to talk about reality. The reality is today's Zen. People have never really attained the state, get to the state, don't know the action, and have no idea on the result. But they say, oh, you know, because I study with this Zen patriarch, so I know Zen. It has become like this for past few hundred years for many people. Okay. So I want to tell you that, okay, in reality, that system set up once upon a time when the technology is in booming, like in the Silicon Valley, technology booming, that's the way how you do it. But then later and later, it's just like a buddy system, or you know, because my last name is the same with you, okay, the teacher. So you know, I'm close to you, right? So you know, I will be more better than other people, which is not have the same last name. You think things like this happen. But here, as I say, if we want to do it in education, want to bring the thing, whatever it is, to the West, we cannot afford those things. It's not that we want to push everybody to do it, but we know that it cannot be done that way. If we push it, say, well, this is the only method, that then you know we fall into the trap of the attachment to the method of the Dharma. But we must not do that, right? However, we need to know clearly what's going on. And if one want to attain or achieve that Gongfu, one need to have the state, the actions, and the result. Otherwise, what is one learning? Okay, so that is how in the past, if you have a strict teacher, okay, Zen patriarch, late Zen patriarch Xuan Hua is a really strict teacher. You don't messing around. Let me tell you one thing, how strict he is, even for the daily stuff and so forth. At one point, I was in San Francisco. You know, he was in the San Francisco Gold Mount temple there. So we always visit him on Saturday. He was scolding one of our school sister. He said that if other people donate the money to buying one thing, you must not use that money to buy other things. Even if you don't have money to buy other things, you must not touch it. Okay? That's how it is. Because that is a cause effect, a karma you have to take. Okay? So that's how strict it is. Okay? So those are old-time Zen patriarchs. Okay, I'm lucky that I have met a few of these old-timers. Today's life-changing, a lot of things change. Okay, it's different, but I like to share with you. Yes, the old-timer, you don't mess around. Okay, and so you see what it is. Now, remember we talked about this state, and then the action, okay, and then the result. There are one key which is really important for the entire Chinese culture and Buddhism culture, martial art culture, and that is called calmness. Calmness, okay? Anybody have an advanced Kung Fu will have a deep calmness. So let me share with you an ancient Chinese story, okay? Story like this, to illustrate this. There's one person who is very good in what? Archery, the shooting of the arrow with the bow. So he be able to shoot as he like and hit the bull's eyes, okay? So one day he was shooting down there because he's a grandmaster expert in shooting down there. And so there's an old guy who is selling oil. At that time, they carry the oil and then say, okay, how much you want to buy? Okay, so they just take the oil out from the container and then put it into your bowl, pour into your bowl. And this old guy who's selling oil, look at that grandmaster of archery, the shooting to the bull's eye and everything. And he didn't take that type of capability as anything. So this archery master, okay, the guy who can shoot the bull eyes any way he wants, confronted the old guy who's selling the oil. He said, you know what? He said, do you know I am so advanced in this thing? I can shoot anywhere to get the bull's eyes. And the old guy who sell the oil just tell him this: well, sure, you can shoot with your to get the bull eyes as you like, but you know what? This is a coin, okay? The Chinese coins, there's a hole within it. So this is a coin, okay? You see this? You see, he just took the oil up, the lifting the cup, get the oil from his container and just pour as he likes. And you see, the oil go through the hole, the small hole, and never touch the coin. You see? You can shoot to the bull's eyes as you like, but you cannot do what I do without one drop of oil touching the coin. He said, come on, let's not kidding other people. Number one, because you have adequate calmness and you have the process of training of your shooting at the bull's eyes, and then you are fluent with it. That's why you are grandmaster. But then I can pour the oil Okay, I have the calmness to pour the oil, and then I have the training. Okay, so I can do it. So big deal. Okay, so the one thing which is really careful on this Kung Fu thing is the development of calmness. Okay, you calmness, you know the process, and then you fluent with it, then you're good at it. You'll be expert with it, right? So this calmness training, okay, in Chinese Buddhism is called Chi, settle, or it is called Samatha. Samatha meditation. That is to develop the calmness. Okay. So the reason I want to share this with you is, like in my this Wing Chun Matrix books, you see this, the higher the calmness will lead to the higher of the awareness, and if you use that power to study the subject, you become expert. Okay, that is actually calmness dependent. So all this Kung Fu, or as we call it CD, okay, the supernatural power, CD, or this Kung Fu, is based on calmness development. Okay, so you have the calmness, you have the processes, then you will be good at it. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. So you can see the entire thing. Okay, you need to have the calmness. You need to know that, this is how to get the state, the actions, and the what do you call that? The result. And then to get rid of that self attachment, dharma attachments, and then the view trap, and the thinking trap. Then one be real grandmaster, because then one be able to get to the state of the real expert on that field. Even design engineer like me in Silicon Valley, you can see that those design engineer, I got a boss. This is about 25 years ago. I have a boss, one of the gurus in analog design in the Silicon Valley. When he designed chips, design circuits, I can stand in front of his office, banging at his door. He is not get upset, he is not get disturbed. He just look at his circuit. That's how calm he is. We are talking about a guru, a real guru in Silicon Valley, one of the pioneers, okay? And I have another friend who is a founder of a big corporation in Silicon Valley. He can multiplex or parallel doing many things in his head. That's how calm he is. Usually when we multiplex, we lose here and lose view on this and that or details. No, he can just multiplex. Those people all have the calmness, really strong calmness, and they of course they work hard on their expertise stuff, their field, but they have a lot of calmness there. So that's why I brought out this union with the nature. If you don't union with the nature, you cannot get into the calmness state. Okay, so like the other day we talked about the traditional Chinese martial arts, TCMA. So this is for fighting, this is for health, Fighting is your momentum. Health, this is the union with the nature. This is the key of it. And both actually, you need calmness. You need to develop that calmness. Otherwise, you not be able to do it. And that's why people say, well, can you can your staff work under pressure? Well, it's just like if the person is trained properly with the calmness, then what pressure? It's just like if you read the 6-part Sutra or the Yongjia, the Zen Enlightenment song, he said, you want my head? Take it. That's how calm they can be. Okay. So if you look at the Shaolin writing on the train in Shaolin martial art, it said the first thing is what you want to study. Fighting, the first thing you want to study is to learn is what? Unmovable mind. Okay, unflattered mind. That's about calmness. So in Buddhism is samatha, right? You don't study vipassana, you study samatha, settle the entire thing down. So hopefully you can see a big picture of what I'm trying to show you here, okay? And that's how the past is. So this is to share with you today.